Hi there. Up to now, we've seen what the Chinese like to do in the spare time from the past to the present. And just like what the people elsewhere do in the real world, we are seeing a nation spending more time in the virtual world online. Is this a healthy trend of the times? Some kind of new stage in the progress of human development? Or do you have anything different to say?
Well, to me, it is mostly beneficial. Look at what we are doing now. Thanks to the easy access to the internet, we now can have this kind of discussion whenever we like and wherever we are.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. The internet breaks the limit of time and space and makes possible instant communication. This makes our life easier in every aspect. We see more video conferences at work and the emergence of Soho. You stay at home and finish your job. Cost-effective and time-efficient.
Not to mention our leisure time. We already got used to chatting with our friends, family members, or even strangers, as well as sharing snapshots and short videos around the clock.
Well, I'm not sure that's a good thing or bad. Don't you increasingly feel like living in a fishbowl with nowhere to hide? I mean, do you really want to be reached all the time? At least for me, sometimes I just want to shut off my cell phone and enjoy peaceful time without the disturbance from the outsiders.
That's a good point. I've got the feeling that we've spent much more time with the so-called friends online than those who really need our care and attention in real life. It is not uncommon to see a whole family sitting at the table with each one twittering, browsing, or playing games on their cell phones. The problem now is that we can't put down our cell phones anymore.
But you can't deny the fact that through different social networking platforms, we do expand our friend circle. It's a lot easier to make like-minded friends now. A friend's friend, an online learning club member, a team player in a game. Even you've never met this person, you can be friends.
And it helps keep in touch with the old friends. Giving a like to their photos is actually sending a concern to them.
Alright, give it a second thought. Do you think you really need those friends you make online, whom you've never met? Or do you really think you know these friends?
Exactly. Have you ever watched this movie called Searching? A desperate father breaks into her daughter's laptop to look for all the electronic trails she left after she goes missing, only to find that she is not as what she appears online, and those who claim to be the close friends of her daughter actually know nothing about her.
I think there is no lack of such cases in the real world. News to ruin celebrities' public persona are things to hit the headlines from time to time. And you must drop your jaw if your cute goddess turns out to be an ordinary middle-aged woman after a technical glitch removes her filters during a live stream.
In a time when everyone sells a public image, nobody would know who you really are, sometimes even including yourself.
As you brought up the new media, the kind of media portals we have now beats our imagination. Streaming media, media, webcasting, short video, just to name a few. It is a huge profitable emerging industry that has created many job opportunities. It has opened a new world to entertainment. That's why we got more opportunities to see independent artists and enjoy their brilliant works. Their talents would have been buried in the past when simply reaching the public would cost them a fortune.
That's true. But on the other hand, the media bombardment has created a time we amuse ourselves to death. Have you noticed how much time people waste on switching between different social networks, binge watching TikTok videos or live streams, or how many kids got addicted to the online or mobile games?
Yeah, What's even worse, the boom in this industry has rise to all sorts of cyberbullying or even crime. People who lack the ability of critical thinking and discernment are particularly vulnerable and easily falling victims.
I have to say, the most detrimental consequence lies in the gradual wearing down of a nation's willpower. The easy money that chemicals are raking in could send a wrong message to the young generation. Why bother with study anymore?
Come on, it's not nearly as bad as you think. Yes, we are now ushered into a different world and offer more opportunities. But it is not this virtual world to blame. It is what we decide to do there. It's all up to individuals' choices.
Well said. Some may like to indulge themselves in games and videos, while others may take advantage of infinite sources online by searching information, retrieving data, taking online courses, or simply reading for fun. Everything else aside, I have to give credit to this one, information sharing.
Not for your private information, I'm afraid.
You always have a word to say, huh?
Seriously, I recently took a trip to Britain, and I'm glad I could read all those travel notes left by predecessors when I was planning the trip. They've been of a great help, listing all the necessary information, like transportation, accommodation, dining, ticket booking, car renting, whatever I needed, I could find beforehand.
And I saw the weather forecast of London and reminded you of carrying your jacket and sweater, even for the summertime.
Yeah, that's the point. As the whole world is much more closely related, any breaking news will reach every corner of the world the instant it happens, let alone the weather.
The truth is, we're not lacking information now. Perhaps we're having too much. This is an age overloaded by information. We're getting to tons of information every day. News reports, features, stories, chicken soups, comments, opinions. We skim through these words, we laugh out loud, we call someone's name. But hold on for a second. How much can you really remember after, say, an hour? Or how much is really worth remembering?
Yeah, in this sense, it's not the more the better. We need to be insightful enough to filter out the drops we receive and carefully select what is truly essential, if any.
Honestly, what's the last time you read a book from cover to cover? Someone even claims that serious literature is dying. What a pity that people today may be rich in information, yet wrecked in thought.
You guys are just being too pessimistic. Look at all these technological innovations we have achieved. All these newly sprouted things, the wearable devices, and we're not talking about AR, augmented reality, and 5G. If we are reckoning the thought, where do they come from?
Speaking of this, think about all the convenience technological innovations bring to us. We can now live our life without even stepping out of our houses. In addition to work, study, and entertainment, don't forget we can order food and shop online.
I agree. Unconsciously, we have formed such living habits that if we want to buy something, we instinctively go searching on Taobao or Jingdong. If we don't know where to eat or where to hang out with old friends, we check the restaurants and new fun projects recommended by Dianping.
Plus, I should say, it not only benefits our life, the booming e-commerce directly connects customers and countless small businesses, as well as individual workshops, thus injecting momentum to further economic development.
But on the other hand, can't you see how hard it hits the physical economy? Many brick-and-mortar stores have to be closed and business districts lost their past vitality. After all, if you can fulfill every one of your needs online, why bother going out anymore?
And it is because of this easier access to the goods and services that people start to spend more money on things they don't really need or want. Be honest with me, how many times you unwrap a package and don't even remember what you buy it for? This is what we call overconsumption, which is followed by a series of problems like consumer debt, excessive packages for delivery, environmental waste, and overexploitation, and so forth.
Maybe you are telling the truth, but we can't simply say, alright, let's stop this, because it is doing harm to us. Anything that comes into being would surely carry with it either good or bad sides. It's better to find ways to adapt to it than totally denying its goods.
Like we just said, it's not this virtual world or technological development itself to blame. It's all about how we give play to their potentials and produce the best possible results.
That makes sense. We're just playing the devil's advocate. I'd like to borrow a concept we discussed over philosophy in the previous unit. There is the golden mean in everything. A lot of troubles come as a result of overdoing. We should not buy too many stuffs online. We should not spend too long time playing online games or watching videos. We should not obsess about our virtual identity. We should keep critical when faced with too much information. As it is irresistible that people now rely more and more on the internet, one thing we need to be alert to is not to let the virtual life online dominate our real life.
Finally, we have reached the consensus.